Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Off. I'm going to do the review for the January 27th NHL Games because I missed a couple days here. So we're going to start off with the first of 14 games, Anaheim and Minnesota. So in the first period, Kirill Kaprizov opens up the scoring for the Wild at 6:39 from Zuccarello and Brodin. Troy Terry would score at 8:17 from Vic Petrano and Beau Giroux. John Merrill would give the Wild the lead back at 18:37 of the first from Zuccarello and Dakota Mermis. Second period, there's no scoring. Third period, Strome ties it up again at 6:45 from Raka Gudis and Adam Henrique. Then Trocheck scores from Adam Henrique and Vekanainen at 11:40 to win it for the Ducks 3-2. We got to the Panthers and the Islanders. Got my Panthers jersey on here. Not the Rivers Retro, although I do have one of those. In the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, Sam Reinhart scores from Matthew Tkachuk and Carter Verhaeghe on the power play at 7:56 to give the Panthers the lead. Holmstrom would answer for the Islanders at 16:29 from Pajot and Wallstrom. Third period, Tkachuk scores from Barkov and Montour on the power play at 5:59. At 18:31, Palmieri would tie it up from Dobson and Barzal. And then in overtime, Ulrich Millersson, former Canuck, would score from Rodriguez and Stolars at 1:57 to win it for the Panthers 3-2. Devils in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay on a nice little run here. They're crawling back up the standings. First period, no scoring. Second period at 1:09, Nick Paul would score from Victor Hedman and Darren Radish. At 1:09. At 10:40, Hagel would score from Hedman and Paul. Third period, Andre Palat would score for the Devils at 2:49 from Keisher and Ataka. Hopefully I said that right. To put them on the board. Stamkos would score at 3:49 from Perbix and Kucherov. Brout would score at 7:19 from Nico Keisher. Point would score unassisted at 13:52. Toffoli at 17:22 would score from Andre Palat and Simon Nemec just to put another one on the board for the Devils. Hagel would score at 18:21 from Cirelli and Kucherov into the empty net. And then Braden Point would score at 19:06 from Hedman and Stamkos, also into the empty net. Tampa takes that one 6-3. Hurricanes and Coyotes. In the first period, Logan Cooley opens up the scoring for the Coyotes at 14:21 from Dylan Guenther and J.J. Moser. Second period, Natchez scores from Jarvis and Burns on the power play at 7:57. Third period, Orlov would score from Jack Drury and Jalen Chatfield at 19:24. Then 19:37, Jesper Fast scores from Seth Jarvis. The Hurricanes take that one 3-1. Alright, Pens and Canadians. Or Pens and Habs, I guess, whatever. First period, Kalen Guhle scores from Mike Matheson and Cole Caulfield at 15:53. Second period, Eller answers at 4:05 from Pustinen and Raquel. Slavkovsky would give the Habs back the lead at 12:23 of the second from Monahan and Suzuki on the power play. Third period, Gensel scores at 10:03 from Crosby and Marcus Pettersson to tie it up. And then in overtime, 2 minutes and 43 seconds in, Pettersson scores from Raquel and Malkin to give the Penguins the 3-2 win over Montreal. Alright, Sens and Rangers. This is a high-scoring game. First period, 11:43, Brady Tkachuk scores from Claude Giroux. Second period, Chychrun would add another one for the Senators. Yep, at 1:24 from Batherson and Chabot on the power play. At 5:51, Lafreniere scores from Panarin and Fox. Crowder would score at 8:33 from Zibanejad. Zach Jones scores at 9:12 from Panarin and Trocheck. Brodzinski scores at 11:16 from Zach Jones and Will Cooley. 16:54, Blake Wheeler scores from Zibanejad and Crowder to cap off the second period. Third period is 17:17. Panarin scores from Lafreniere into the empty net. And then at 17:52, Capo Kakko scores from Brodzinski and Gustafsson to cap off a 7-goal night for the Rangers. They take that one 7-2. Alright, Leafs and Jets. Toronto maybe doing some favors to Vancouver. Keep the Jets off our back, anyways. First period, Dylan Sandberg scores unassisted for the Jets at 4:13. In 19:11, Reeves scores from Noah Gregor. Good to see Reeves back in the lineup. Still like the guy. Not a fan of the fact that he's in Toronto. I don't think Leafs fans are happy with him either, but I like Reeves' character. Second period, no scoring. Third period had 154. Tavares scores from Raleigh and Marner on the power play. Matthews would score at 15:28 from Marner and Raleigh on the power play. Simon Benoit would score unassisted into the empty net at 18:22, and then Appleton would score at 19:48 from Iafallo and Josh Morrissey, and that would be it. Toronto takes that one for 2. Alright, Sabres and Sharks. In the first period, Vlasic would open up the scoring for the Sharks from Eklund and Emerson at 8:06. Jan Ruda would score at 10:42 from Eklund. 14-14, JJ Peterka scores from Dylan Cousins and 1 power. Greenwood would score at 18:01 from Tuck and Middlestad. Second period, Tuck scores from Middlestad at 1:36. Third period at 4:33, JJ Peterka scores from Dylan Cousins and Jack Quinn. And then Cousins scores unassisted into the empty net at 15:44. The Sabres took that one 5-2. Alright, Preds and Oilers. See if you can guess what happened in this one. 7:55, Nugent Hopkins scores from Draisaitl and McDavid on the power play. Second period, Draisaitl scores from McDavid and Nugent Hopkins on the power play at 11:39. First goal was at 7:55 of the first. Third period, McDavid scores from Ekholm and Bouchard at 9:12. 13:25, Sisson scores from Evangelista and Smith. And then Hyman scores from Draisaitl and McDavid into the empty net at 16:41. Yeah, Oilers took that one 4-1 and had another win. Whatever. Dallas and Washington. In the first period, Matt scores for the Capitals at 9:40 from Kuznetsov and Carlson. Wyatt Johnson would answer at 10:44 from Uwe Hansen and Heiskanen. Tom Sarley would add another one for the Devils at 11:07 from Jimmy Benn and Sam Steele. Second period, Sandin scores for the Caps to make it even. Even at 2. At 6:24 from Obey Kubel and Ben Riemsdyk. It's Trevor, not James. At 11 minutes, Marchman puts the Stars back on top from Tyler Seguin and Miro Heiskanen on the power play. Third period, Duchesne adds another one for the Stars at 2:24 from Marchman and Seguin. Ovechkin would put the Capitals back within 1 at 18 minutes from Oshie and Kuznetsov on the power play. At 19:17, Dylan Strome would tie it up from Anthony Method and Alex Ovechkin. And then in overtime at 3:27, Thomas Harley scores from Jason Robertson and Matt Duchesne to win it for the Stars 5-4 in extra time. Alright, Bruins and Flyers. Let's get on to this one. First period, Pastrnak scores at 14:09 from Zaka and McAvoy. McAvoy would score one of his own at 15:46 from JVR and Zaka. Heinen would score at 16:47 from Carlo, and then Pastrnak would score again unassisted at 18:23 to cap off the first. Second period at 1:15, JVR scores from Pastrnak and Lindholm. 15:23, Tustin Forster scores from Travis Sanheim. If you're not sure what JVR means, that's James Van Riemsdyk. It's just easier to say. Third period, 11:24, Tyson Forster scores from Couturier and Ole Liskell. Liskell? Liksell? Ole Liksell is right. It's an odd name. No offense to him. To 14:45 of the third, Coyle scores from Trent Frederick and JVR. Bruins take that one 6-2. Alright, moving on to the Flames and the Blackhawks. This one was very low scoring. First period, no scoring. Second period, Lindholm scores from Sergei Sharangovich and Kadri on the power play at 15:55. Third period, no scoring. Flames win it 1-0. So, barely. Alright, Vegas and Detroit. In the first period, Dylan Larkin scores for at 5:04 from DeBrincat and Raymond. 7 minutes, Jake Wallman adds another one for the Red Wings from Perron and Sider. 8:02, Barbashev scores from Nick White and Alex Martinez. Paul Cotter would add another one at 10:55 from Alex Martinez and Pietrangelo to tie it up. Joe Veleno would give the lead back to the Red Wings at 18:17, scoring from Morris Sider and Robbie Fabry on the power play. Second period, no scoring. Third period, 11:47, Andrew Copp scores from Michael Rasmussen. At 18:30, Dylan Larkin scores from JT Comfort and Lucas Raymond into the empty net. Red Wings took that one 5-2. And last but not least, my favorite game of the night, Vancouver versus Columbus. Although it didn't look like it was going to be fun for a bit there. First period, there's no scoring. Deadlocked at 0 going into the second period. Second period, Texier scores at 4:30 from David Severson short-handed. Corelli would score shortly thereafter at 6:14 from Texie and Danforth. At 15:20, Besser would score his 20th this season, finally, off a beautiful feed from JT Miller and Pius Suter. 17:27, Jake Bean would score from Chinnikov. Let him walk down right down Main Street, and it was not a great goal. Then at 18:24, Kirill Marchenko scores from Goudreau and Rensky on the power play. So it's 4-1 going to the third for the Blue Jackets. However, that would change. At 1:11 into the third period, Elias Pettersson scores a beautiful goal from JT Miller, Quinn Hughes on the power play. 3:24, Canucks again back on the power play. Besser with his 29th of the season, the second of the game from Pius Suter and Quinn Hughes. Power play as mentioned before. At 6:28, Vancouver again on the power play. Third period has not been counted to Columbus. Besser scores the hat trick, his 30th goal of the season for the first time in his career, from Pettersson and Miller on the power play. I'll admit I was out of the bar and I went deep shots for the first time because Besser got 30. Man, it's a great feeling. I've always loved Besser. I've been rooting for the kid for a long time. Please keep him, Vancouver. Please, I'm begging you. Anyways, he goes to overtime, tied at 4. And then at 4:01 into overtime, a few 9 seconds left, Pettersson scores from Besser and Hughes to win in overtime for the Canucks. They take that one 5-4, completing a 5-game homestand at 4-0-1, heading into the All-Star break with a record of 33-11-5. We love it. Or I love it, I guess. Whatever. That's going to be it for that night. So hit like if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.